The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
Kamala Harris took the stage during the final night of the did y'all see the Democratic National Convention to accept her nomination for president? And she spoke about what she sees as the extremely serious danger of putting Donald Trump, whom she called an unserious man. Listen to this.
Consider the power he will have, especially after the United States Supreme Court just ruled that he would be immune from criminal prosecution. Just imagine Donald Trump with no guardrails and how he would use the immense powers of the presidency of the United States, not to improve your life, but to serve the only client he has ever had, himself.
It was 4 days of inspiring speeches and monumental moments, y'all. If you missed it, here's some of the biggest mic drops.
Donald Trump is like an old boyfriend who you broke up with, but he just won't go away. He has spent the last 4 years spinning the block, trying to get back into a relationship with the American people. Bro, we broke up with you for a reason.
If Republicans are being intellectually honest with ourselves, our party is not civil or conservative. It's chaotic and crazy. And the only thing left to do is dump Trump.
2 days ago, I turned 78, the oldest man in my family of 4 generations. And the only personal vanity I want to assert is I'm still younger than Donald Trump.
I don't blame Donald Trump for not wanting to debate Kamala. I've been married to a black woman for 40 years, and I ain't won one debate. Now, of course, Trump is saying that Kamala isn't black. I guarantee you this, Kamala's been black a lot longer than Trump's been a Republican. And if he keeps sliding in the polls the way he is, the only way he can keep Kamala out of the White House is if he buys it and refuses to rent it to her.
Kamala knows, like we do, that regardless of where you come from, what you look like, who you love, how you worship, or what's in your bank account, for years, Donald Trump did everything in his power to try to make people fear us. I want to know, who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs?
And most of all, Donald Trump wants us to think that this country is hopelessly divided between us and them. We do not need 4 more years of bluster and bumbling and chaos. We have seen that movie before, and we all know that the sequel is usually worse. We are ready for a President Kamala Harris.
Man, when I tell y'all on the serious side, if he gets back in office, this country will turn into Russia. It will be a total dictatorship, and he's only putting people on cabinets that's going to be loyal to him and not care anything about the Constitution. And democracy is at stake. So this morning we want to know, what was the biggest mic drop moment for you? Give us a call at 866-9-RICKY. What did you enjoy most about the Democratic National Convention? 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKEY. And I tell you what, we're gonna fly ourselves to the if she wins, we calling right now trying to get us hotel rooms and flights. So we can be at the inauguration. We are on that right now because we're going to send ourselves and we're going to figure out how we're going to broadcast from up there. We just going to do it. A lot of times, man, you just have to do stuff yourself because don't get mad because we're talking about it on the air because it ain't like everybody else noticed all the other radio stations and radio personalities were there and we were not. So that ain't no secret because they were there, we were not, and people are asking why weren't y'all there. So there you go. But we'll be at the inauguration if she wins, of course. 866-9-RICKY. What was the biggest mic? Yeah, definitely. But we got to get. It's all about turnout, Brett. It's all about turnout. Remember now, 1.5 million people in Florida, Democrats did not vote. When people turn out to vote, Barack Obama won Florida twice. He won Wisconsin, Minnesota with no problem, Pennsylvania,
North Carolina,
and he won Ohio. Okay, so those are not red or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we really got to get the vote out and just send your campaign. Do whatever you can do your part in helping. Like she said, do something. What was the standout moment for you, Special K?
Michelle Obama. She's my favorite of all time, and I think Al Sharpton did a great job yesterday too. Al Sharpton and Senator Warnock.
Yeah. My favorite was D.L. Hughley, man. I was just so proud to see. Senator Warnock, he preached. He bought that old, kind of reminded you of Jesse Jackson in '88. That was one of the best Democratic National Convention speeches I ever heard when I watched him. And I was a kid watching Jesse Jackson speak when they was running against Reagan. I think it was either Walter Mondale or Mike Dukakis. Why I know all this stuff, telling my age, but I was just excited about the hype and the spirit, and the excitement. It just
shattered
something.
Records. It shattered viewing records. It shattered streaming records. Like it was the most successful DNC ever.
Yeah. So, what stood out with you, Maria Brett?
I love when the little girls came and spelled her name when Kerry Washington brought the nieces out and they said, comma, la, 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 la. Get her name right. Don't disrespect. I love that.
Yeah, and there were a lot of, moments where everyday Americans got a chance to speak. And that really resonated with me, especially when those three families were there talking about how the reproductive rights affected their families in different ways. And then you had the mother of the young girl who was killed at Uvalde Elementary School, and that just tore me up. So just to see the emotion, the raw emotions of everyday Americans, and how who we put into leaderships impacts these families and lives, I think that was a really big moment.
Now, if you think Barack Obama becoming president was historical, listen. And I don't care about people dragging me on the internet. When you don't support her, that's a vote for Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? I can look at Joe Biden's record and the Biden administration record and put it up to Donald Trump's record any day. You have to do your research or whatever. To have her being sworn in on Martin Luther King Day or whatever. And just like D.L. Hughley said, you go back and look at her record, even as a prosecutor or whatever, she always stood for the people. Billions of dollars was paid back into the people from the big, not mortgage company.
It was a big university, a scam university that robbed a lot of people of their money, and she got a lot of them their money back as well. Big fraud case.
Let's go to the phones. Good morning.
Had to be Hakeem Jeffries. Everybody did well, but Hakeem slayed it.
Hi, I'm calling from Toledo, Ohio. My favorite mic drop moment was definitely Jasmine Crockett's entire speech. I needed that week, and it was just phenomenal.
Yeah. Man, that DNC man, Obama man, is serious like that. I'm representing from Toledo, Ohio, fresh out the penitentiary, and all my guys that's on felonies and tied up with felonies, we rushing to them polls to get these things out here in America balanced.
My favorite mic drop moment for the week was them saying we need to break up with Trump, because I'm like, he is toxic. I'm like, it's just red flag after red flag.
My favorite mic drop of the week was definitely Michelle Obama, and overall being able to see people of all color all week being able to laugh, cry. It was so much positivity. Not one drop of negative energy was in that room.
Yeah, I have never seen a Democratic National Convention like this ever. I ain't never seen. And I, Barack Obama, his was like super tight, super tight. But man, they people are really showing up for Kamala Harris, and I'm really excited about it. She's a very nice lady. Smart and qualified, and she definitely is getting my vote, because I just don't like Donald Trump. I think he's racist. I think, like that lady said, toxic, nasty, mean, and it's all about him. They was absolutely correct, and I can prove it. All you have to do is just Google, look at the United States Supreme Court and how it's stacked.
Listen to him.
Yeah, listen to him. Your voting rights is at stake or whatever. We're going to have to win. This election cannot be close. If we don't win overwhelmingly, they are going to definitely take it and steal it. And if anything goes up to the United States Supreme Court, what do you think is going to happen?
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Same thing they did in 2000 with Bush versus Gore. When it came down to the United States Supreme Court, whatever. So we got to get out and vote in large numbers, and we're going to have to flip, keep Georgia, keep Arizona, flip Florida, North Carolina. Those are important states. I'm not really worried about Minnesota, but Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, what's the other one? Michigan. Those states, I think we should be fine, but we have to get out and vote. We have to go to the polls and vote. And everybody that's sending their kids out to college, make sure that your kids register to vote where they are in school. Your kids down there at FAM and they from Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, or whatever, make sure that they register to vote in Florida. Whatever, because we don't
vote in their home state if it's a battleground state. Tell them to come home and vote.
Yeah,
if it's a battleground.
Yeah, cause
strategy. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm definitely voting. I'm voting in Florida this year because we need those damn electoral. It's easier to flip Florida than it is Alabama. That's for sure. So let's make it happen, y'all. It's Rickey Smiley Morning Show.